Hi guys, it's Jeff again from Focus on Marketing. This is my second video on Facebook and how to make your Facebook page a lot more engaging and get a lot more followers and a lot more likes, shares and comments to the stuff that you post on Facebook. Now, one of the biggest problems I see photographers face, and when people start to work with me on the 6 Steps to Success program, is that we look at the Facebook page and there isn't a lot of activity on the Facebook page. Now, a lot of us are culprits as this will get very busy, especially for wedding photographers during the summer or portrait photographers over Christmas time. You get so busy with work, so inundated with work that you don't have a chance to put anything on your Facebook page. Now, what happens is if you get somebody who goes to your website to make a purchase, what people will do with a website is very static, so basically a website doesn't change very often, and it's not very time relevant unless you've got a very well updated blog. But you know, they would go to your website, look at your products and services, look at your prices, but then the next thing most people do, and there's a survey being done that says that 80% of people who visit your website before they make a buying decision will check out a Facebook page. So now imagine if you're, say for instance, a portrait photographer and you've had a really busy time for about 3 or 4 months, and it's now February. You were really busy over Christmas, you've been busy sort of like after Christmas as well. You haven't really had a chance to get much onto your Facebook page at all. Now somebody sees your website, they then head over to the Facebook page. There's 2 things people do by default. First thing is they look at the number of likes you have. And wrongly or rightly, people make a determination of how good your business is by the number of likes. Now, I've got nearly 18,000 likes on my Facebook page. It's taken us a while to build that up, and that helps massively. You know, people look at my page and think, "Wow, it's got 18,000 followers on Facebook. He must be good. He must, you know, the content that he's given out must be interesting to people for that many people to like the page." And another thing people do, once they've looked at the number of likes you have, is they tend to scroll down your newsfeed. It's not very far, just maybe scroll down, about 5 or 6 posts. Now, if you're about to make a purchase and then you arrive on somebody's Facebook page and the last thing you see in February or March is an offer for a Christmas portrait, straight away that's going to turn you off. You're going to think, "Oh, is this guy still in business?" Or, you know, he's not very active. You don't see him on Facebook very often. That can be a massive turn off in the buying process for a client. So what you've got to do, you've got to be on with any form of social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, whatever. It all boils down to consistency. You know, you've got to get something on. Even if it's just 1 post a day, you've got to get something on. Now, your post shouldn't be self-promoting all the time. I would say just between 7 out of every 7 to 10 posts, you can do one that is maybe a special offer or what I call like a buy post where you're trying to sell something. The rest of the time it should be informative. You can be sharing testimonials, you can be sharing client stories, and also talking about stuff that's relevant to the industry that you're serving. Now, one of the best ways to do this is to have what's called a posting schedule, and with a posting schedule it makes it a lot easier for you to know what you're going to post. And you can do that maybe on a Monday morning at 10 o'clock Monday morning. You're going to sit down and you're going to do your posting schedule, and you're going to post for the entire week all the way back to that following Monday. So what you do is you have a particular type of post that's going to go out on a set day. So say for instance Monday, we'll take for an example a wedding photographer. Monday could be latest trends in wedding photography. So you do a little post about the latest trends, the latest styles, the latest images that people are getting taken, what type of stuff, what type of shots people are really enjoying at the moment. And you put a little post on about that. So that could be your Monday post. Tuesday could be latest trends in bridal accessories. So do a post about that. Do a search on Google if you're a bloke like me and you don't really follow the latest trends in bridal accessories, or what's a must-have thing at your wedding. Then do a Google search and find out. You can find some fantastic, really fascinating stuff on there, and then you can share that with your readership, with people who are following your page, and they will find that content interesting. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday could be focus on a venue. So you can have a particular venue in your area. You can do a little write-up about how you really enjoy doing photographs at that venue. And when you do it, maybe share a couple of images from that venue as well, and make sure you tag the venue in. And the venue will then get a notification and probably accept that tag, and that'll encourage them to engage with you as well. So, so that could be another one. That could be your Wednesday. Thursday, you could be a spotlight on a particular vendor or other supplier in the area. So you could be looking at maybe wedding dress suppliers, bridal boutiques, wedding cars, cake manufacturers, cake suppliers. I mean, one of the most engaging posts I ever put on my wedding photography Facebook page was a picture of a sponge cake and a picture of a fruit cake, and I just put, call me a traditionalist, it's fruit cake for me every time, what's your views? So I asked the question, and I think I got over 100 replies. People were getting quite passionate about that. They really, really like fruit cake. Other people are very passionate that think fruit cake's bloody horrible and they prefer sponge cake. So ask questions and get a bit of engagement. You know, you can have little polls, you can have little competitions, and I'll come into competitions at a later date with you because I've got some great new styles of competition to be using on your Facebook pages. So that's Wednesday. Thursday. Friday you could do a customer testimonial. So ask your previous bride and grooms for a testimonial. Now when you ask them for a testimonial, try and prompt them for what you want them to actually say. So if you do a very sort of personal but fun and natural service, and that's what you want to get across, you know, that all your photographs are fun, it's very natural, it's relaxed. When you ask them for a testimonial, say, you know, hi, I know you had a fantastic time on the day. I was just wondering if you could give me a little testimonial for the Facebook page. I know you found my you know, bespoke, personal, friendly and natural service really enjoyable, and you felt totally relaxed on the day. I would, you know, would it be possible you can comment on this? And what will happen is that when they write their testimonial back, they will actually feature that in. So if that's what you want them to say, then pretty much sort of like ask them really, and then you get your feedback in that way. So if you're building a brand based on being fun, being natural and being very relaxed, then you can ask for a lot of testimonials to back that up and get that on. And that's getting your message across without you saying it. And always make sure that you put a picture of the bride and groom on there as well, and their first names, the date they were married, the venue they were married, and you can put the area, you know, so it's without a doubt, it's genuine. These people exist. It was a proper wedding, you know, and these are their words. So they're selling your services. You don't have to. So that's a Friday. Saturday, you could do like another post on maybe a particular wedding you've done. So you could start sharing images from a wedding. Now, if you're fairly new to the game and you don't have a lot of weddings, don't worry, because I see a lot of photographers, what they'll do is they'll just put one wedding up, and then they'll write a little post about it, and they'll bang up maybe 30 to 50 photographs. Now, that's a lot of images for people to look through. Now, what I tend to do is I'll put up maybe 2 or 3 images of a particular part from that day, and then talk about that aspect. So if you think of a normal wedding, you may have like 10, 15, 20 different parts of the day that you can break up and talk about, which it's going to make, that's 10, 15, 20 different types of posts that's going to go out over the coming months. So you could do ones about, you know, the bridal preparations and tell a little bit of a story about that. The next one you could do about tell a story about the bride's dad turning up to take the bride to the church or to walk her down the aisle at the wedding venue. So think about the day, break it up into little bits, and tell a story about each individual little bit, and post about 2 or 3 images from that. And that's going to give you a lot more content to use over the coming months. So that's what you need to be doing. You need to be thinking about a posting schedule and carry the same format each week, and that's going to make it a lot easier for you, because you're going to be able to sit down and go, all right, yeah, Friday I've got to talk about this. Oh, Thursday I need a testimonial. So you're going to know exactly when you're going to put it on, and when you're going to put it on, because of what you're going to post and when you're going to post, and you can start to see what sort of reactions you get from the different type of content. And obviously, if a certain style of content is doing well, then just start repeating that and putting more of that particular content in. And another thing to do is when you come to schedule a post, so you don't press post, you click the little drop down menu and it'll say underneath, it'll say schedule, and you can pick the date and the time. Now that's quite crucial, the time, because there's 3 key times when people tend to scroll through the Facebook news feeds. So you want to be hitting these people at the key times, because the first couple of likes that you get and engagement you get, that's very crucial, because once you get a couple of likes on there, Facebook's going to open that engagement up to more people. So if you put it on at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning when people are just starting to get up, and people, one of the first things a lot of people do as soon as they get out of bed, or even as soon as they wake up, is they pick up the phone and check the Facebook news feed. So if you can get on there at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, there's a good chance that you're hitting people as they're waking up. They're going to see it, it's going to be fresh in the news feed, and they're going to like that. And because they've liked it, you get 2 or 3 likes, then Facebook algorithm will class that post as very sort of topical and good quality content, so they'll open it out to more people. Another good time to post is lunchtime, between 12 and 2, because a lot of people are not allowed to be checking the mobile phones at work. So when they get the lunch break, they'll go onto the phones and check on their lunch break. And then the other time is it's quite late on in the evening. So depending on who your audience is, I tend to find with my bridal or portraits that the later the better, really, sort of like from about 8 o'clock onwards, because they've got in from work, they've had tea with the family, they've been putting the kids into bed, and then it's a case of then they're going to sit down and they're going to start looking through the Facebook news feeds and getting on with planning the wedding, or thinking about booking portraits, or whatever. They're going to be interacting with their friends, and you want to be coming up on their news feeds as well. Now, just one more thing, like I said before, within your posting schedule, just make a point to do your special offer, or to do whatever promotional stuff you're doing, just to do that 1 day a week. So you can alternate that, so you're not just selling on a Wednesday. You're trying varying it on different days. Sometimes weekends are really good for special offers. So just do it once. Don't overdo it. Try and sell, like I said, different ways. Social selling through storytelling, or testimonials from previous customers. So, well, I hope you found this engaging. I hope you found it useful, and hopefully you'll be getting a lot more likes and a lot more interaction on your Facebook news feeds now. Like I said, consistency is the thing. You need to be doing it, and like with any social media, once you start doing it every single day, and you're doing it for maybe a couple of weeks or a month, you will start to see a difference, and then it's just a case of keeping it going, and if you struggle to keep it going, why not pay somebody to do it? I sometimes pay a girl to do my wedding posts on my wedding page, because obviously she's female, she's within the age bracket of the people who interact with my stuff. 24 to 38-year-old people who are getting married, that tends to be the age group on my Facebook page. So this girl falls within that age group, and she's engaged, so she's quite experienced to talk about the relevant content, because if you're going to be planning a wedding, she's going to know all the latest trends, probably a lot better than I do, and a lot more easier for her to talk about it than for me being a bloke. So, as I say, I hope you found this engaging, and I haven't waffled on too much. If you do have any questions, or if you have any comments, or you'd just like to get in touch, and you'd like me to have a look over your social media page for you, then drop me an email to info@focusonmarketing.co.uk. And thanks again. Cheers.